Hey everybody, it's old PJ here. I'm going to do the first of my hopefully humorous videos. I'm just going to take things from the news. And today I'm got the Miami Herald, even though I lived in Broward County near Fort Lauderdale. So why did I get the Miami Herald? Really simple. It's half the price, 75 cents versus, I can't believe it, $1.50 for the Sun Sentinel. You don't really get any more news. You know, that's a really great business policy. You know, give them less news and charge exorbitant rates. Sounds like ObamaCare. Anyway, the thing with the Herald is, you know, okay, great, it's half the price, but you know what? It's really disappointing nowadays to read the Herald. I mean, this is probably the first Herald I bought in years. You know, I get everything from the internet. But the thing is when I was a kid, the Herald used to be fun to read because it had a Herald look to it. It had a very unique look. It just looked tropical. It looked Miami. You know, you think highlight. It was like, you know, Herald look. It was all the Herald beaches. Whatever was South Florida, somehow the Herald kind of fit in with it and it had that beautiful look to it. So what happened was, I don't know, it was about 12, 13 years ago. I don't remember exactly when. I guess all the newspaper circulation started tumbling as a result of the internet. I guess they figured, oh, you know what, let's redesign the Herald and maybe we can get our readers back. So they paid big bucks to some guy to redesign it. And when I looked at it, it was unbelievable. They turned the Herald from being a very unique, beautiful newspaper into looking like every other boring newspaper out there. There's nothing distinctive really about it. Here's the inside page. This could look like any newspaper. But believe me, in the old days, before the redesign, it had a very distinct look to it. So that was a really bad move, just a waste of money. So anyway, here, I'm looking here at the first story I see, this big one here. It's about the Miami Heat, maybe going for a repeat. The thing that grabs me is Greg Cody. See where I am right here? Not this unit here, townhouse here, the one over from us. That it still might belong to him, but it did belong to Greg Cody. And I met him because his son lived there, and he came by every once in a while. And especially when his son moved out, he was fixing up the place, I guess, to rent it out again. And so I talked to him a bunch of times during that period. And actually, I'd like to speak to Greg Cody now because I sure would like to know what he feels about the move. Capital T, capital M, the move. The Herald moved, I believe it was last May. For years, the Herald had the most spectacular view of any newspaper. I mean, it was right up on Biscayne Bay, the Herald building, one Herald building, I think it was. And you know, the thing is about Biscayne Bay, you've heard of the term Biscayne blue. Well, they're actually, that actually is pretty much the color of the bay. You don't really notice it when you're just standing there looking at the bay when you're close to the water. But when you're at a distance, like up in an airplane or up in a building, like the Miami Herald, beautiful, Biscayne blue. I've been up there before, you know, and can you imagine working there? It must have been so pleasant, you know, just looking out on that spectacular view. Guess what their view is as of May? A gray concrete parking lot in a business park. Yep, they moved. They sold the building to some, I believe, some Asian company, Chinese company, whatever, to supposedly have a casino there, but that doesn't look like that's going to be happening, so that was wasted money. But anyway, they moved to Doral, a business park in Doral, the west side of Dade County. So, yeah, can you imagine the day, you go one day you're sitting in there in the Herald with a spectacular view. The next day, you're staring at a concrete parking lot in a business park. Got to wonder how many Valiums were taken when that move took place. So anyway, that's what I'd like to ask him about. But the thing also that's interesting here about the Miami Heat, let's see, they're going for a three-peat, and the Heat, the arena, base, I guess is Bayside Arena. I had a friend of mine years ago. This is kind of a sad story. Tom, he opened a golf shop there. right down the street from where the Miami Heat play. And he had a beautiful business going at the swap shop. He had a place, permanent spot there, pretty much outside, but he had regular customers, was doing great business, constantly doing business. But for some reason, he thought he'd open up a shop down there. Now, that part of Miami on Biscayne Boulevard, maybe the year 1950, a golf shop would have worked out, but 50 years later, forget it. And he just, Tom, he used to be an Army lieutenant in Vietnam. Really had his head on his shoulders right, very business oriented. But when that shop failed, man, he went on. It was sad. I'll tell you, I don't feel good about that. This is supposed to be a humorous thing now, but I'm not feeling too good about this. In fact, he gave me, when I saw him, last time I saw him, he was real disheveled. He lost the swap shop spot, and he gave me a small book that he self-published, his autobiography, and man, it was sad. He said goodbye to me. I hope that wasn't meant a permanent goodbye. I haven't heard from him since. I don't know what happened with Tom. I called his number and it doesn't work. One thing also about Tom, when he was still at the swap shop, I got into eBay a little bit before he did, so he decided to put some of his golf supply stuff on eBay. And he calls me up. He said, "Hey, PJ, could you look at my website, my eBay auctions? Because I'm not getting many bids." So I looked at it. I went to the eBay. I saw right away, instantly, I saw what the problem was. I call him back. I said, "Tom, you know what your problem is? You don't have pictures." He says, "Well, why would I need pictures? These people all know what these different things, golf clubs and all that, whatever it is I'm selling, look like." I says, "It doesn't make any difference. You have to have the picture. It validates it." And so he put the pictures up. Boom! Right away, he started making some good sales. And like I said, he would have kept on going good, but that move to near Miami Arena, forget it. Anyway, let's get back to the Herald. All right, enough with my life. That's the thing. It's like been there, done that. That's what these headlines it's basically all this stuff. Here's another one. Okay, this is about that woman yesterday from CMS testifying. I've been there, done that. I don't need to buy the Herald to see all this. And it was painful to watch. Did you watch her, Marilyn Tavener? What was with that voice? It was painful. It was like, everything on our website, it's working good, it's working great. Only problem is I can't get on the website. I need health. I need something for my throat, and I can't get on, Obama. I can't get past that opening page. But everything's great with the website. Yeah, that was painful. And right now, as I'm sitting here, Kathleen Sebelius is testifying. Now, thing is about Kathleen Sebelius is, man, if there was ever a bureaucratic robot, it's got to be Sebelius. Remember her response to that girl that needed a lung transplant? Some people live, some people die. Oh, gee whiz. And you know what? Imagine a young Kathleen Sebelius, going out on dates, Your hand on my shoulder at this point in our relationship is highly inappropriate. So, and then, okay, things get cooler a month later with the same guy. At this point in our relationship, you may proceed to second base. Yeah. So anyway, you know what? Today, I'm going to keep this a little short since my first of these, but I want to finish out. I got a special message for my Japanese friends. So here goes. Watashi no bango ichi suno video mite kurusho. Hi. Ichiban. Hi.